How do we design spaces that are best suited to allow universal access? This is where universal design guidelines and references of best practices come to our aid to help us become informed citizens. This way, we can effect change in the right way to make the built environment accessible to all. Often, we tend to assume the design of certain spaces based on our own experiences. However, guidelines are made with extensive research based on the diverse experiences of persons with different abilities. Referring to guidelines while designing universal interventions thus becomes crucial. One of the most preferred guidelines for universal accessibility is the Harmonised Guidelines and Standards for Universal Accessibility India 2021, published by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India. The guidebook has various sections that align the reader with different aspects of universal access. Section 1 introduces the reader to the overall framework, methodology, stakeholders for whom the guidebook will be useful, key features of guiding approach, and so on. Section 2 sheds light on the concepts of accessibility, diversity, and universal design and takes you through the accessibility framework, the 7 principles of universal design, 8 goals, and Universal Design India principles that brings an understanding of contextual interventions. From Section 3, we move to the design of the built environment with emphasis on external elements, site entrances, parking, curb ramps, external landscapes, and so on. Section 4 speaks of internal design elements like waiting areas, reception counters, staircases, elevators, accessible washrooms, storage solutions, etc. Section 5 highlights signage and information systems, wherein it speaks of universal signs of wayfinding, examples of good practices in informational and directional signages, thumb rules of design, tactile maps, and so on. Section 6 brings to the fore thumb rules of design based on building typologies with checklists of design for diverse typologies of buildings like residential, commercial, institutional with minimum compliance checklists. Section 7 highlights an important aspect, that of building operations and maintenance. It talks of emergency evacuation procedures in case of events like fire, flooding, earthquakes, and so on that prioritize safety of persons with multiple abilities. The final section highlights evaluation systems for accessibility and consists of detailed audit checklists that can be used by individuals and organizations to audit their premises for accessibility and identify barriers in the built environment. There are several more guidebooks and audit frameworks that are useful in identifying barriers at different scales in the built environment. Let us first start with this one. Scan the QR code given on the screen to be redirected to the open source digital copy of the Harmonised Guidelines 2021 guidebook. Shall we all take on the responsibility of becoming aware of good accessibility guidelines and practices? Universal design is the answer.